The 60-day memorandum of understanding between the U.S. and Iran expires today, as we told you earlier. The agreement called for a wider deal to be reached within this time period, but no apparent progress has been made. You'll remember President Trump previously said that if a deal isn't done in 60 days, the U.S. will go back to, quote, bombing. Former U.S. Ambassador James Jeffrey joins us now. He served in the Middle East during 3 presidential administrations, including President Trump's first term. Mr. Ambassador, the Iranians say that this 60-day deadline has no relevance, but President Trump may not hold that same sentiment. So what would come next potentially? I mean, the shooting and the tit for tat has not really ended, even though we were under this memorandum.
Well, thanks for having me on. Well, there's been a general ceasefire, and I've been involved in many ceasefires over the last 50 years. There's always some shooting and never perfect. But there's been an essential ceasefire for about 3 weeks now between the U.S. and Iran, although Iran has shot at some ships. But the basic memorandum of agreement that the 60 days was established that Trump signed back in June, that's really not operative because the Iranians broke out of it almost immediately by trying to block the straits. And now what we have is both sides trying to blockade the other. Oil for the rest of the world blocked by Iran in the straits, and Iranian exports blocked by the United States. This is just the latest round in a regional conflict with Hamas, Houthis, Hezbollah, Syria. That's been going on since Iran's ally Hamas attacked Israel 3 years ago now.
You know, I want to ask you about Oman, because President Trump is now threatening to bomb Oman if it gets in the way of the U.S., he says. But, you know, Oman, obviously traditionally a very neutral country. It's been holding these talks with Tehran on the Strait of Hormuz with those negotiations. So how might these new threats factor into all that?
Trump isn't going to bomb Oman any more than he's going to invade Greenland. These are the kind of things that, and I had to deal with it in the first Trump administration, that get thrown out of the White House from time to time. People don't take them too seriously, but that in itself is also a problem because there are times when we have to take presidential threats seriously. This one with Oman is not serious. Oman has been negotiating for a straits rules of the road with Iran under U.S. support, and Oman is being helpful in getting a lot of ships out. But Oman has probably done one or another thing, who knows, that has irritated President Trump. So they get a true social bleed. But we should move on from that. There are really serious issues for the region, for the American consumer, and for the world in this conflict. But this Oman thing is not one of them.
Okay.
Let me also ask you, Mr. Ambassador, about U.S. efforts to advance a stalled Gaza peace deal. The president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, met with Hamas yesterday and is meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu today. What potentially could come from that? Do you see a resolution on the horizon?
I do, but not until the Israeli elections in October. But to get back to the point I made, this Trump effort first to get a ceasefire in Gaza, get the remaining hostages back, and now a disarmament and essentially surrender of Hamas as a military force in return for Israeli withdrawal is all part of this same conflict that we see in the Straits that's been going on for 3 years. And by and large, Iran and its allies, in this case Hamas, are not in a good position. So what Jared Kushner is trying to do with Tony Blair and with Ambassador Mladenov, the Board of Peace people who are trying to make this Trump plan, which has been endorsed by UN Security Council Resolution 2803 work, is to get the Israelis to agree to a step-by-step withdrawal as Hamas disarms. We'll see if they do.
All right, James Jeffrey, thank you so much.